Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Coming off a contest that looks real good on paper between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cam Little after the opening kick. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
180! What's up?
Drive begins with a run by Irving. And we'll cobble together a yard there. Stopped by Foye Oluokun.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. We're going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
180! What's up?
This is Irving on second. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
180! Point it right, point it right. Hey, alert, 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 alert! What's up?
3rd and short, Mayfield. Pulled in by the rookie out of Texas Tech. Down to the 10. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead right away. Man, this offensive season has barely begun, and they are already, Brock, celebrating in that end zone. I mean, still basically a full 17 games to go. But so far, so good.
You got to pay off all of that off-season work. The OTAs, the mini camps, get into preseason, training camp, all of it. And you can't do it much better than that.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds. Short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 43.
Hey,
Our first carry here for Tony Pollard. And he's in the negative to begin the new season, Brock. First carry of the year winds up losing yards.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
That's caught for the first. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First and 10, it's Pollard. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Long for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing third down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
And the defender comes away with it. There he goes, right sideline. And he takes this one back. It's a pick six and a Tampa Bay touchdown. We all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. Yet no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. They just got that unique way of seeing the field. Whether it's on a kickoff, going 100+ for a pick six. Wow.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. He'll head out of bounds on the return. And he's going to head out the side of the end zone, so they'll take this at the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Now Lawrence coming off a pick. Here's a screen for two. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That is exactly what they needed, Brock. The throw that gets him stabilized after a disastrous miscue early.
You know I love when coordinators show that kind of confidence, quickly reestablishing it with his quarterback, and now he can start playing like that pick six never happened.
Lawrence working from the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. Third down coming up.
This game, Kate, that's his domain, and he is prepared to reign over it with an iron fist. Not going to give his assignment any space and playing tight man-to-man coverage. He knocks it away.
Escapes the pockets, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. The Jaguars into punt formation. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way up at the end zone for a touchback. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Good. Hey, alert 33. 180. Watch.
Mayfield now from the gun. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down. Irvin here from the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Baker now from the gun. It's made by Bucky Irving. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Our score, 14-0. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking down a 3rd and 3. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Too much lead on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of his target. Trying to get it to Emeka Egbuka. So that brings up 2nd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Throwing again is Baker. It's a big strike downfield to Egbuka. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the 2 keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Working inside the red zone. And they score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 20-zip lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Stout all set to send this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. We'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain. On that 1st down play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. One's on the mark, Jacoby Myers. He's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
A toss play to Tootin. And he's in the negative to begin the new season, Brock. First carry of the year winds up losing yards. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Lawrence throwing here. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. Pickup of 17. And the Jaguars have a 1st down. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go.
Man in motion out of the slot. Lawrence with it on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, you have to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Hey, tomato.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. That one finds his man, Ingram. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, He took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. Hand off to Tootin. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and a nice little gain on the ground.
Forced out to his right. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First and goal. Here's Tootin. He's going to be driven backwards. Looks like he's at the 8. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive.
Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars chop some of the lead off before the half. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. You sure did.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars get it back to a 14-point game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. Showing a little burst so far. He's racing past midfield. He could get there. And he does. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it. Wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on it. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Project, this ain't what you want.
We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Fielded at the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Tootin gets it from the gun. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Second down gear to Tootin. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle made by Kalijah Kancey.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pushes it towards his running back, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
It's fielded at the 14. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner. Up past the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
180!
The give to Irving to start this drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Lee is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Bucs have the first.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. On the move, headed right. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Pistol. Yep.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Finds a seam down the middle. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown.